Okay, so what's up, everybody? Okay, so I'm gonna post the topic of the day instead of typing this one in. When I was talking about, when some people were, watching their favorite YouTubers, their favorite videos and everything. That's what everybody does anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna post a topic on this, which I've seen some reports, well, heard reports that I am not for sure if you all are aware. Okay, been many reports flying around. Intel is intelligence briefings, reports, paperwork has been flying around like you wouldn't believe. So, that being said, let's just start with the first one. If your church, synagogue, place of worship doesn't have any kind of security plan, you might want to start talking about having one in place. All right. There's international intel that's going around saying that these cells that are in the United States, regardless of where they're at, are planning something at any given time, anywhere, any place. Okay. Something. Alright. So, y'all might want to start getting your security plans in place and making sure everything is satisfied. That way, you make sure on Sundays, Wednesdays, anytime anybody is in the building, make sure the place is secure. Okay. That also being said, I know most churches here in town, regardless of what size they are, most of them I have known for sure do not have a security plan in place. They don't. Okay, so people might start being aware on that one. Might start planning safety meetings and such. Okay, the second one has to do with the impending SNAP deadline, federal benefits deadline, whatever it may be. Y'all might want to start looking in your kitchen, your cupboards, pantries, and seeing what you have. There is some intel that's flying around that there may be shortages in the grocery stores on some items, which I'm not 100% sure if that's going to happen, but that's part of it. The second part is individuals are posting videos either on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, such, of impending shoplifting. There's also the pending what do they call it? Flash mobs. I think it's what they're called. Walmart has had, in different parts of the country, has had these happen. People flash the store, mob the store, shoplift, loot, steal, And we're looking somewhere between 10K, 20K worth of merchandise going out the store within a matter of minutes. Okay. So this may not happen here locally, but we have to be aware that shoplifting here locally is not uncommon. It's not uncommon. But we have to justify the whys. Why is it happening? Now, I condone any kind of theft in general. But I know if individuals, families that are needing food and are not able to get any kind of help from any food pantry, food bank, food kitchen, or such, some of these individuals may seek into shoplifting food, items that they may need, and such. Now, I'm not condone this. Let me just point this out. We have a problem in this country. We have a serious problem. It's not about the government shutdown. It's not about, crime. It's not about safety and security and being vigilant. But we have a bigger problem. It's about self, our egos. It's more based on needs and wants and being selfish, greedy. And the other factor is if this person has it, why don't we have it? And such. That's one of the minute problems in this country. It's big enough you don't see it and you don't see nobody talking about it. So, and again, the intel out here that's going around on YouTube on different channels. And these are not just like, kindergarten channels. These are channels that have, millions of views, million of viewers, subscribers. The credibility is at least 80 to 85%. So we have to be vigilant about what we are going to be doing in the next few weeks. Now, I'm going to go to a third point here. And this comes from me directly. This pretty much has to go 2 parts here. One's about attitudes. And this not only attitudes, but it's also the ugliness that we portray for ourselves. The ugliness for, for features wise and how we dress, but the ugliness and attitudes. Let me just go that route. I've said this once. I may say it again. I may end up saying this more than I should. I'm going to kind of beat a dead horse here a little bit on this. Look, for what I pointed out, our lives in the next few weeks may get better, or they may not. But the ugliness that we portray ourselves to others, calling somebody nasty names, telling somebody they can't do their job right, telling somebody that they're not worth it. That's ugly. That's ugly. That's not worth it. No. Being that ugly is not worth it. It's not causing an argument. No. And it's not worth me being a delivery driver or another delivery driver, say for Domino's and in some of these other places that have their own delivery drivers. You know, I mean, we're looking at DoorDash, we're looking at Uber Eats, we're looking at, you know, those two just right off the top. Now, rideshare in general. Now, if you're looking at Uber, Lyft, some of these others, I mean, there's a litany of others that do rideshare. Most of them put their drivers under a microscope. And most of these now have dash cams in the vehicles, so that way they can see what's going on. Look, now I'm going to have a final thought on this. I'm going to wrap all of this together. We have to live our lives the best we can. We have to be right with the Lord. We have to be right with our Maker. We have to be. We never know. Everybody this day has a target. I don't care who you are. You could be sitting there minding your own business at a restaurant. You could be on mass transit. You could be at a grocery store. Anywhere. The notion that it's not going to happen to me is no more. Is no more. It will happen. Nobody knows when. Nobody knows where. How? Why? Other than the person upstairs. It could be something as minor as a mistake on a delivery. It could be something, a person has a disorder. You walk past you in the grocery store and all of a sudden you get slapped in the head because you didn't do anything. We have to be vigilant. Yet we have to be vigilant to the point where we have to first off tolerate then when toleration becomes self-defense, then at the end of the day it becomes a news article. And my friends, I don't want to be part of the news because of a self-defense issue. I don't want to be on that news channel because of, something stupid somebody else did. I mean, look. I want to live the way I want to live, the way it should be. It's not about this or that or, whatever. But let's just make it this way. Let me give this a wrap. Self-defense is necessary when we need it. It's a tool in our toolbox that it's there when we need it. I know most people don't like it. They don't want to defend themselves. They would rather say, a robber shows up, here, take it. But guess what? Theft, robbery. You ask most people in a larger city, what happens? I know here in Vincennes, it's a far short cry, of Evansville, Indianapolis, Chicago. But all it takes is one occasion. That's it. All it takes. All it takes is somebody going to church. All it takes is somebody going to the grocery store. All it takes is one occasion for somebody to walk into a gas station, restaurant. It takes one occasion for a delivery driver. Vincennes is a city, small town, that most people have said it doesn't happen here. We're in a time where crime will spill over. Our location, our venues, our places of worship, there's money here. I'm saying this because we don't want it to happen here. We don't. But like the migrant workers that are here, people tolerate them. But they tolerate them, but it doesn't mean they have to like them. So, until next time, be safe and be vigilant. As always, if you have to, be prepared, and be prepared always.